breast cancer awareness. We're proud to be one of the gold sponsors for our local Paint the Town Pink Hope Walk event. Being involved in our community is part of our heart and soul. Speaking of the soul, you can own a 17 Kia Soul right now for only $15,888. Stop by and see our entire inventory at 1217 Lafayette Parkway or shop anytime at KiaLagrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Priceless Tech Second Title, stock number 19824. For award information, visit jdpower.com/cars.
It's time now for the Lagrange Grangers Coaches Corner on WELR, Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now live to Johnny's New York Style Pizza in Lagrange to give you the inside scoop on Lagrange Grangers football.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm with Coach Deella Burks. We're here at Johnny's Pizza. We're going to be talking Lagrange High School football. And, coaches, we begin with the last game of the season this past week, traveling up to Chapel Hill, a team that jumped out. They got you down 14-0. Mm-hmm. And I think there's probably an expectation, a lot of folks, because they see a team that's had a difficult season. There's a tendency to maybe just lay down, just, okay, we're down 14. Let's just, roll on out here. But that's not what your boys did.
No, not at all.
They played probably top to bottom, especially that second half, one of the strongest ball games. In fact, I had a difficult time. We were broadcasting the Troop game at the same time that the y'all's game was going on. Mm-hmm. So out of one ear, I'm trying to listen to Michael and see what's going with the y'all ball game late, because when I heard that y'all were leading, we're screaming up in our booth. Greg and I are talking about it. At the same time, we're trying to do the Troops game and give them a homecoming game. Talk well about that. But it was really difficult to try to keep both balls, plus try to get a Callaway score as well. But your guys fought hard, took a lead late in that ball game, 18-17. Then Chapel Hill has an 80-yard drive, quick there late in the ball game. We'll talk a little bit of controvery probably toward the end of that ball game. I was getting texts and tweets and Facebook messages from many of my friends that were there at the ball game that the great parent support that y'all have had, and especially in that last ball game. But do come up short, 25-18. But again, a game where at one point you're down 14-0, but those guys never gave up fighting.
Oh no, they didn't. And if you looked at us when they went up 14-0. We was right there on the edge. I mean, it was on the edge of going either way. And, I just looked into their eyes and I told them, I said, this is the last one. We've been through too much to stop now. And we had a drive to where we just, started getting yard after yard, and up front they was playing well. Our backs, Cornell Kendrick, got it, and he surged us. Mm-hmm. I mean, he lit a fire up under us, and we was able to go in and score. And on top of that, we line up for the extra point, and, we do our polecat, and they didn't line up right to it. So Kobe Patton took it and just went to the right side and got it in. It's 14-8, and it was on from there.
Well, I think it really shocked the other team to see that two-point conversion, because that could really change the whole texture of a ball game when something like that happens.
Oh, yes, and that's what we look for. We've been doing it all year. And it's just a numbers deal. It's just a number deal, and they gave us the numbers we wanted. And like I said, we converted it. And from there, the sidelines erupted, the stands erupted, and, we had momentum on our side at that point.
Well, real proud of Crawford completing quite a, I think, 5 of 10, something like that in the ball game. Almost half of his passes completing. Found a way to get to the ball to a variety of receivers. But Kendrick, again, he's been so strong all season long. Been just the guy that you got to go to in situations.
You hate when you get in this situation where it's the last game and there's no tomorrow. And I went to him and I told him, I said, hey, you got aspirations of going to the next level. I need your best ball game tonight. You got to go out with a bang. And I told all our seniors that. And, he did take it upon himself to do just that.
We'll talk more about that ball game, and also what's coming up next for Lagrange High School. Lagrange, just right now, you're listening to the Coach's Corner Lagrange High School style right here on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add the renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
For a money-saving way to protect your possessions, call Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown Lagrange.
Lagrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com. Jim Thornton is running for re-election as mayor. He's proven he will do the hard work necessary to improve LaGrange.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I've worked to bring new jobs, new businesses, and new amenities to our town, and to make LaGrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep LaGrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election Day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange. Attention steak lovers, your chance to buy awesome steaks right here in LaGrange is at B's Meat Market of LaGrange. They'll be opening their doors Saturday, November 4th. A premier full-service butcher shop offering beef, pork, and chicken that will be cut fresh daily to your exact liking. B's Meat Market of LaGrange will offer everything from individual cuts of meats to bulk packages for large gatherings. Tell your friends and family and your neighbors that Saturday, November 4th is the big day. B's Meat Market of LaGrange.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. We're on the Parkway across from LaGrange Mall. We're happy that you're joining us tonight on the radio or on YouTube, or if you're out here enjoying the event tonight. Had a big softball team. Coach, this place was just full of folks a little bit ago. Still a lot of folks here enjoying the great food tonight. And you got some of your family out here going to enjoy it as well once they figure out what they want to order. But let's reflect back on the ball game against Chapel Hill again just a little bit, Coach. And had some outstanding plays. But a few folks, Vondes Taylor with a big fumble recovery in that second half that I think led right to a score after that. Your defense was definitely all over the place in that second half.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Defense did a phenomenal job. They was the one that pretty much, like I say, lit the fire. Mm-hmm. Up front, Jeremiah Holloway, Jaden Thornton, Mitri Barsh, those guys got a lot of push up front, and our linebackers, they was roaming. Taj Hickson, Dexter Fitzpatrick, who had his best game of the year, Vondes Taylor, Dawson Jones, Daz who didn't play, but he gave them support. But those guys really, our front seven, got pressure on the QB, which allowed our defensive backs to really cover their guys up. And once they lit that fire, it was like it was tackle for loss after tackle for loss. Mm-hmm. And, it just got contagious. And that's what we've been trying to get all year, is that contagious attitude. And offense followed. Special teams. Matt Rainey did a good job of getting the ball out. Logan Carter did a good job returning. He and Kobe Patton. So we had a number of guys, that was all over the field Friday night.
Yeah, Matt was instrument, got a field goal. Of course, the extra points, got the 2-point conversion as well. But I think he's really come on in the season, got a lot more confidence with his kicks. I think that the spotlight's totally on you when you're out there.
Yes, it is.
There's nowhere to hide when you're the kicker, good or bad. And he's had more good than bad.
Yeah, starting off at the beginning of the season, we had some some snap issues, and getting it off protection issues as well. And it put him in a bad position mentally because a lot of those led to scores.
Yeah.
Had 3 of them that led to scores. So, you often think that it's your fault, when things like that happen, but it's not. Everything we do is a team effort. So I was glad to see that guy really come on and have the success that he needed in going into next season.
That third quarter was your defense shut them out in the third quarter, coming back after halftime and able to put 10 points on the board there in the third to go ahead and take that lead. And just so impressive the way the guys were able to make some adjustments coming out of halftime and get those guys fired. You mentioned that the defense really kind of set that fire with the fumble recovery.
They set the fire, and like I say, went in. We was 14-8. Halftime, it wasn't a lot that I needed to say to the guys. I got all the seniors together, and I told them, I said, this is the last half you'll play for LaGrange High School. I said, I hate to be like that, but, I'm just going to tell you that's the real part of it. I say, so if you can, everything that you've done for the last, 3 and 3/4 years up until this point, I said, put it all into this second half of this ball game. I said, you put the team on your back. And we're going to come out of this thing victorious. And that's what they did. They went out, and it was the play where we was about 12 yards out. And Cornell gets the ball on a play up the middle, and it was just him and the defender. They stalemate. So 2 other defenders come in, and they're trying to drive him back and get him down. And our guys are like, hold on, they're in it. Let us get into it. So we have 3 more guys come and push the pile, and they push the pile all the way to the end zone. That's for awesome. A touchdown. Yep. And when I say Jack almost lost it because that was pure the will to win. And that's what, it seemed like everything that they had in them, this season came out for that one play. And you had wide receivers jumping on the pile trying to push them in. But
for wide receivers to actually want to get contact, it's pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah. Our guys, if they're going to be on the field, they're going to get some contact.
That's true.
If not, they're going to stand over there with me. But, it was just – I was just very happy, to see that play happening, and that's when momentum really got with us and got on our side, and like I said, we just took off from there.
Proud of those guys. We're going to talk about the seniors when we come back for this team and get you caught up with some of that. But right now you're listening to the Coaches Show right here from Johnny's Pizza for LaGrange High School on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMZ.
Jim Arrington is ready to take on the challenge to be a positive and engaged LaGrange City Council member for District 1.
Hello, I am Jim Arrington, lifelong resident and a 20-year business owner in Lagrange. If elected as your city council representative, I'm ready to keep the positive momentum of our city growing and improving. I want and I need your vote for Lagrange City Council.
Find out more. Search on Facebook, Jim Arrington for Lagrange City Council. Voting starts October 16th. Paid political announcement by friends of Jim Arrington.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner, live here from Johnny's Pizza. I'm Jack Bourne, joined by Coach Diallo Burks. And Coach, hasn't been the season that we wanted. It's a difficult time, but you had some guys that really stepped up on the leadership side on our seniors. Let's talk about some of those guys and their contributions to the team.
Well, we have a really good, group of seniors. They're a quiet group. They're not ones that's going to, go out and just really say a whole lot to rev people up, but they do a lot with their actions, and they'll walk every day on the field and off the field, and that's quiet leadership.
Yep.
You got Cornell Kendricks, who was actually him and Joe Thornton, who was two of the guys that came back on the offensive side of the ball. We also have Daz Williams, C.J. Scott, tight end. Daz, like I say, held it down at linebacker for 3 years.
Love the way he moved around the field. He just seemed to sense where the ball was and just fly it.
Oh, he's an athlete. He has a nose for the ball, and I can't wait to see him on the next level. He'll get an opportunity to play on the next level. A lot of our guys will. Whether it's Division I, Division II, III, it doesn't matter as long as you get to go and get an education. Chris Watson was one who stepped into a starting role that ended up getting a couple turnovers for us at defensive back and really held it together. Dejon Artis was one who played very well early on. He has a motor that won't wait. He went and caught a guy from Griffin, saved a couple touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, where did that come from? And
turn the jets on.
Yeah, can you show that every play?
Yep.
But like I say, he was very young in the game. Also, 55 Tyrese Thornton. We had two. We labeled one Big Joe and the other one Tyrese. Did a really good job for us at right tackle. 2-year guy.
I like the way he said, "I was here first." That's why.
Yeah, he said he was here first. But he's one that like I said, we're really gonna miss because today he was in the team room and I dismissed all of them. I told him, I said, man, you can go. And I looked at him and I said, you don't want to go, do you? He said, no, Coach, I don't want to go. So it's just, how it is with these guys.
That's a tough transition to wonder, what am I going to do with my afternoons now?
Well, today is one of the toughest days. This is what teams do not want to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn in the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And we collected everything and got it cleaned up a little bit today, helmet, shoulder pads, all that stuff. And, if you've been around the game, we call this the worst day in football. Even when you lose or if you win, it's just something about coming in that locker room and seeing your helmet and shoulder pads in there versus not seeing nothing in there. And it's like, okay, where do I go? But
and as a senior, knowing that you're not going to put those back on at the high
put
school
them on
level
anymore.
Yep.
One thing that we've done is, when we have the day like we had today is seniors usually transition out.
Mm-hmm.
They usually go to the other locker room with all the PE guys, and our guys did not want to go.
Yeah.
They didn't want to go, so I told them, I said, some of you guys will get a chance to go to the next level and play. I said, but how we're going to handle it is, I said, we don't want you to be a distraction to the other guys. Because the other guys wanted to put them out. It was funny. It was funny. I said, no, it's time for y'all to go. But that's just a leadership thing. They want to feel like they're the big guys.
Empty nesters.
Yeah. But I said, I want you guys to continue to set the example, for these guys. I said, in January when it hits, the college guys, they go through their off-season workouts. They're going and they're pushing their bodies to the max. I said, well, you're going to start too,
right.
In that sense. So we've done it for the last 3 years. I say the process works. Just trust me.
All right, Coach, we're going to take one more break. We come back, we'll finish up our seniors and close things out here from Johnny's Pizza. Right now you're listening to the Coach's Corner live from Johnny's Pizza on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob of Church have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at Remax Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. When a football team ends up with 12 men on the field, it means somebody forgot to double check. And when you end up paying more for your car insurance than you need, it could also mean somebody forgot to double check. That's why State Farm will do a free discount double check by going through your policies to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Because those discounts mean big league savings. It pays to double check. Call your State Farm agent, Matt Orr, on the square in downtown Lagrange.
Lagrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots, with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com. Jim Thornton is running for re-election as mayor. He's proven he will do the hard work necessary to improve Lagrange.
I'm Jim Thornton. I've worked to bring new jobs, new businesses, and new amenities to our town, and to make Lagrange a safe and vibrant city. I'm proud of our record. There's always more work to do to keep Lagrange moving forward. That's why I'm running for a second term.
Early voting has started and continues until November 3rd. Election day is Tuesday, November 7th. This is a critical election. Let's re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of Lagrange.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner live here from Johnny's Pizza. I'm with Coach Yellow Burks, and we're closing things down here for the Grangers for the season. Coach, we're talking about our seniors. Let's mention a few more of those guys.
We got P.J. Thompson, who held up on our defense, actually played both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Stuart Payne, who's one of our anchors on the offensive line. Dimitri Barsh, another big guy, they call him Big Meat, defensive lineman. And Trez Delaney that we had running back. You know, he was like a captain of our offense. You know, he was always one who did, you know, the right things. You know, leadership-wise, he's one of the ones. And to close him out was one who was rarely seen in the line of play, but did a fabulous job for us. On our training staff was Mallory Jones, Dawson Jones' sister. Mal is one where she, if you look at her, she's going to smile and she's going to brighten your day automatic with those cheeks. But she did a great job. You know, she was a basketball cheerleader. And I just asked her, I said, man, what you think about coming out? And she came out and got with our head trainer, Sherelle Lewis, and did an excellent job this year for us.
That's an excellent experience, too, to be there on the field. And my daughter is looking into physical therapy. Caitlin's looking into physical therapy, something that she wants to do down the line. And she's already getting connections with Rob Dix over at the Lagrange College.
Oh,
and,
yes.
You want to talk about a master of the craft right there.
Oh, he's going to put her to work, too.
Yeah, he
Rob
will.
he is serious.
Well, Coach, you know, we're looking ahead now as to what's on the horizon, and we're transitioning. Of course, many of the guys will go and they'll be playing basketball, and they'll transition to other sports. But how do you kind of get these guys ready and start focusing forward for the next year?
Well, what we want to do is, first of all, we want to close our seniors out with, you know, who's ever going to college, you know, to play football or even academics. We got a couple that's going to go academic as well. So we want to get those guys and make sure that we're putting all our efforts into them, making sure that they get the best situation possible for them. For the rest of the guys, we're going to give them some weeks off. We're going to give them a couple weeks off, let them, you know, just enjoy themselves, you know, just get it out of their system. right around Thanksgiving, we'll come back and we'll start our weight training program, and we'll start going from there.
Well, of course, I think that's what people forget that's so important about a season is what you do when you're not playing football. Getting ready, getting your body ready, getting your mind ready, and continuing to have that core group of leaders that are getting ready for the next year. They're looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll have some guys that's going to play baseball. We'll have some that's going to play basketball. But we're going to have a host of our guys that's going to wrestle and run track. We need that physicality. We need that speed, team speed. So that's going to be a requirement for our guys for them to run track and, wrestle, basketball agility-wise. But we have to get started early because, the camps come up in May and, a lot of schools start looking at those guys and watching those guys. So it's becoming aware it's a year-round sport now.
Well, but I do appreciate the plan to get these guys continuing in the offseason in other sports. I think that we both grew up in multi-sports. If there's a ball being thrown around somewhere, we go find it and we'll play it. If it doesn't have basketball, football, whatever, now not a whole lot of soccer, but my son loves soccer, so I've got to throw soccer in there too. But there seems to be a move in some circles to get this exclusivity. That I'm a baseball player, or I'm a football player, I'm a basketball player. Really, you're narrowing your ability and your ability to grow as an athlete by just playing one sport.
Well, that and, when you look at opportunities, you never know where these guys are going to end up. I was one where my heart was in the baseball, but I ended up signing a football scholarship. I talked with Wesley Kuhn today. He's a swimmer. He said, he has a couple offers swimming. He's going to get some in baseball as well, looking to have a big year. But he came and said, Coach, I really like football now.
Yeah.
So I don't want these guys to wake up one morning and them to say that, Coach Burks never gave me an opportunity to go to the next level and do that, because I know how they can wake up one day and say, this is what I want to do. So I make them turn it down. I tell our staff members we're going to try to go out and get every last one of these guys a chance to play on the next level. And that's for them and their families to decide, if that's the right thing for them to do, not for me as a coach to decide.
Well, also, proud of the guys, the way they played right up until the last moment in the last game of the season. And I know they'll be looking forward to being out there again and really taking it to the next level, taking the next step and getting the victories that we want to see for the Rangers.
Oh, yes. This year we was young. We was young for a while, and they just had to get through it. But we have a lot of guys coming back with experience. So we won't get a chance to use that one coming into next season, and they're not looking for it.
Right.
They're going to come in. They're going to be ready for the challenge. We all going to be ready for the challenge, and we're going to be ready to go.
All right, Coach, I appreciate it all season long. We've been a great guest. I love meeting some of your players this year. Got some great guys and also some of your staff that has joined us as well. We're going to close things out. We're at Johnny's Pizza. Y'all come on out. We'll have the Troop High School show coming up in just a moment. But right now, I'm Jack Mormon with Coach Deella Burks, and we'll see you next year on the radio.
Thanks for listening.